parents want to know. They hear this terminology which we throw out, which is play-based learning. They don't understand it, so I spend a lot of time talking with them what it is and the benefits to the child.
When we send out the newsletters each week and we're talking with the parents, we'll explain what the activities we've done in class, and then we may give them some suggestions. So for example, if they're counting, what number on a card and use the materials you have at home, pasta, rice, any of those little things. They haven't got to go out there and buy anything new. They can just use lots of the materials they have at home, and they can so easily replicate it. We show them pictures and we advise them on those sort of ideas and things too. So so it's great,
One of the things that I do with parents is that I regularly send out letters and emails to keep them in the loop with what we've been learning about at school, what I'll be sending home with the students for their homework as well. And I always make a point of building a good relationship with the parents early on, because I find that making a point of contacting the parents, when students have done a good piece of work or they do something right, as well as say if you have to report about say necessarily negative incidents as well, communicating with the parents about the positives and the negatives, it really does help get them on side and get them on board with what you're doing in the classroom.
So for parents, I always recommend them creating a special time that them and their child can have every day to read together. And it only has to be 10 or 15 minutes, but it's also an incredibly nice bonding moment for you to spend with your child, to have a nice, quiet, relaxing time each night to read together. So I think just making a special time every day to read at home is very important in Year 1.
Well, there's so many ways. The formalised ways is through parent-teacher conferences and reports, but then you just have those general conversations and you have your emails, or even the way that you're communicating or giving feedback to the children, works its way back to the parents. John Hattie's done a lot of research and things on, what helps and hinders students, and parents is, one of those higher elements. Even above a lot of things like homework and things, which are still important in certain cultures and certain schools and whatnot, but the parents having that relationship with the school is more important than so many other things. And I think that level of respect between parents and school, and their teachers and what we're trying to do, and that, we have a class full of children, those elements make it, worthwhile for us to come to work every day, but it just shows that partnership works really clearly, and so open communication is just a given and expected anyway.
So we're quite sort of lucky when we know at the beginning of the day, at the end of the day, we're able to talk to the parents quite freely, and lots of the times they have lots of different questions, so we can see them at the beginning of the day, talk to them, ask them, is everything going okay at home, are there any issues at home, anything you want to talk to me about, and again at the end of the day as well. So if the child's done something really good, we go to the parents and say, oh look, the child's done really, really good, very impressed with them. And then on the flip side, if they maybe haven't done something that's not so good, we may go to the parents and say, look, something's happened at school, I just want to talk to you about it, if you're doing this at home, things like that. So making sure that you're talking with the parents as much, and it's quite nice to talk to them, one-to-one.
So one thing parents say to me a lot is that they ask their child what they learned today at school, and the child says, I don't know. And that happens a lot, so we always send a weekly newsletter which tells parents exactly what the children have been learning in school. But I also try and send creative, fun games that the parents can play at home. So instead of just sending a worksheet for their spelling test, I send home a game every week. So this week was spelling spaghetti. So the parents and the children had to spell using spaghetti to form the spellings. And it's just a nice way that parents can actually do fun, creative activities at home rather than just written homework.